Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lincoln Journal-Star's Four Downs. Luke Mullin and Amie Just coming at you from Memorial Stadium, where the Huskers kicked off spring practice today. And hey, it was an early wake-up, not for us, but, well, maybe a little bit, but for the team especially.
Even earlier, yeah.
Matt Rhule said everyone was in the facility by 5:15 a.m. For some college kids, that's pretty impressive.
Well, it's pretty impressive just regardless because that is so early, but they're all coming off of spring break. So definitely going from 0 to 100 there. The 6 a.m. start is not going to be normal. They will practice in the morning for the rest of the spring, and in some news, they will likely do so in the fall as well. Not this early, though. This had to do with Matt doesn't want a Saturday practice before Easter, so they had to practice today. And with the 6 a.m. start, some guys had class at 8:30, so had to start a little bit earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, coming off spring break, you only have so many days to fill in all those practices. So they're going back-to-back days, Monday and Tuesday. They will practice both those days, Thursday as well, and then kind of intersperse over the next couple weeks, leading up, of course, to that spring game. But we have a lot of updates for personnel. Matt Rhule shared a lot of different position changes, guys that are no longer with the team, so I want to run you through that real quick. A couple of the guys who are no longer with the team, Tyreek Johnson, James Carney, and Chris Hickman. Rhule said all those decisions were made kind of before the start of spring, so those guys have moved on, decided to step away from the team. But on the other side of things, Anthony Grant, running back, and Tommy Hill, who of course worked at both defensive back and wide receiver last year. Rhule said both are not practicing with the team right now. He looks forward to seeing when they can rejoin. He added that Grant, that is an academic issue, trying to get those grades up and again, get him back with the team. And the other key aspect we want to touch on, position changes. This is something that Rhule and his staff have done a lot, moved guys around, guys that have played different positions in high school. Well, a couple that he mentioned today, Jake Applegate, Lincoln Southeast grad, working a little bit with the tight ends, and so is Janarian Bonner, who came in as a wide receiver. Applegate more of a defensive end, outside linebacker type. So both those guys getting the chance to work both ways. And the last one, Brody Tegaloa, who came in as a defensive end, moved to tight end last year, working with defensive end again. So a lot of those guys, different pieces, but they're working on finding the right spots for them.
I mean, whatever fits, right? Matt wants to use everybody in the best possible position that they can. He doesn't want to move people if it's not going to benefit them and the team. So an interesting setup there, and I'm sure there'll be more as spring continues and maybe as we move into the fall.
Yeah, absolutely. Preliminary stuff, and as we get there, hey, day one, it's kind of like it's early in the process, but there's still a lot to be learned. Good to be back out there. What was kind of the general vibe from the team today?
Obviously, you can't learn a ton from the first day of practice, but Matt Rhule said it was good to see quarterbacks throwing. Obviously, Casey Thompson not out there due to him just rehabbing from his injury. Also, Logan Smothers not out there as he's rehabbing from his. But good to see those guys out there. Good to see the receivers, just running routes, catching passes, just the simple early stuff that they've all been looking forward to through a very long winter conditioning.
Absolutely. And for Rhule, he was like, hey, it's good to be back out there. I mean, it's been a few months since he was last on a practice field with the Panthers, so it's been a while for him. So he was really excited to be out there with the team. And one group that he mentioned in particular was the running backs, which is a very interesting position group because all of the main contributors are coming back from last year. So a lot of different questions to be answered about playing time, who emerges at those spots. And with Grant away, he mentioned Gabe Irvin as kind of one of those standouts this spring, said he's been really impressive. Ramir Johnson, Emmett Johnson, these guys that have been kind of in the program for a couple years. He said, they've done a good job so far this spring, kind of trying to work their way towards that playing time and really stamp their mark on things. So I think that's all we got from Monday, but it's a busy week here. Again, practice on Tuesday, pro day on Wednesday, Thursday practice, big junior day of visitors coming up this weekend. So stay tuned to journalstar.com for all the updates. Thanks for watching today's Four Downs.